Hi, my name is David, and as far as I can tell, if I were you, I should be perceived as a mentally ill 46-year-old man begging for alms on the internet. If if you've come to consider me as anything else, you may have been subjected to some sort of hypnosis or mind control, for which we'll give you some savings throws shortly. I am trying to put mind control on you. You get the savings throw against it. You choose survival, you choose social, you choose wisdom, or you choose heart. That is the basis. I roll it. If it's over 10, you take half damage, which means that it only halfway sinks into your mind, but you still allow it to halfway sink into your mind because you choose to participate. Or, or if it's under 10, you take full damage, and you've chosen to let it leak into your mind fully by participating. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Defend yourself against this dark art. Choose. Oh, socialists out the box, survivalists with a pair of nines, making an 18 with the substitute selfish die. Lovers of, whoa, socialists with the out of the box 8. Let's do this in order. Pal, 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 pal. Wisdom, folks. That's a 4 for you. And hard folks coming in with a 4 too. And disciples. Disciples for the Indigo kids. Who's surprised that they are today? Oh no, I didn't have enough time. equally unsullied. All right. Let's see if we can do a Shaka when the walls fell moment, or the walls of the Dreamcatcher axiomatic propositions that make up your view of reality. Let's see if we can just shatter it a little bit. The Unsullied are from the Game of Thrones programming, which I understand to have enough mimetic penetration to be worthy of referencing. You see, I think part of our copyright problem is that it's not measured in mimetic penetration, and that at a certain level of mimetic penetration into the popular culture, all copyright rights should evaporate. But anyway, the Unsullied are part of George R. Martin's bastard masturbatory dream fantasy world that grow up having to kill their own puppies so they can be the ultimate soldier slaves. And the breaker of chains comes and makes them her own, and they love her indubitably for her freedom and her dragons. But the thing about the Unsullied is that in our current version, we're a world of equality. So you can be a eunuch male or a eunuch female as long as you don't reproduce. If you want a child someday, you can order it from Amazon. This is the Unsullied that is being created around you, whatever you view the reality you live in now. And I don't know how to tell anybody any of this. Um, I am of one of the first generations to have neutered ourselves by isolating on the internet and preferring it to interactions on the meat space world, where the sacred womb is and things are made. I've participated via the programming in numerous and horrible ways that I don't even know the depths of yet, and I'm sure I continue to do so. Um, but for some reason, I think this is of what I'm doing now is of more value to you guys than me working at the Chick-fil-A. And if I'm wrong about that, then please continue to not contribute. If you think I might be right, that what I'm doing on this as a crazy person on the internet might be of more value than me working at a Chick-fil-A, please join the channel as a member. I hope to make a pilgrimage to Crater Lake, and I don't know how I have I don't know what I'm gonna do with the cats, but and it'll be part of the show if I actually get to go. So, um, uh, okay, there's the disclaimer. If anybody was under any other pretenses of what was happening on this channel, I apologize for the confusion, and I don't know. I'm going to here. Let's watch some of this.
إذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Hey, welcome to the channel, Linda Boy. Thanks for being here. We have a question from the Hive Mind. Stephanie Christo says, "What are you going to Crater Lake for?" And I thought that since we're a magical flotilla of channels, it might be a great opportunity to see if this little corner of the internet still works. Let's see if Crater Lake does anything for us. Quality Existence has a reference. Let's check it out. Review on YouTube. Pause it here. Watch it over here. Share this tab instead. Make it big.
Hi there.
Hi.
This is reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, Chapter 28, Part 1. So I want to remind you that these last chapters are the chapters that Pirsig was the most proud of. And the last chapter, Chapter 27, is the first of Part 4, the last part of.
Well, the fascinating coincidence that the reference of Crater Lake is at 28 minutes, and I'm now jumping to the 27th minute of her presentation. And she just said 27 was the, what a coincidence.
At the end of a movie. So imagine Columbo's voice reading this next line or saying this next line. In your description of the committee, you've omitted one important name. You know, he goes out the door and he turns around and says this. Yes, says the assistant chairman. Yes, says Phaedrus, omnisciently. Aristotle. The assistant chairman is shocked for a moment and then, almost like a culprit who's been discovered but feels no guilt, laughs loud and long. Oh, I see, he says. You don't know anything about. And then he thinks better of what he is going to say and decides not to say anything more. And so we'll visit this in the second part of chapter 28, this occurrence that he's cryptically referring to. He doesn't want to talk about right now. So back to the journey. We arrive at the turnoff to Crater Lake and go up a neat road to the national park, clean, tidy, and preserved. It really shouldn't be any other way, but this doesn't win any prizes for quality either. It turns out to be a museum. This is how it was before the white man came. Beautiful lava flows and scrawny trees and not a beer can anywhere. But now that the white man is here, it looks fake. Maybe the National Park Service should set up just one pile of beer cans in the middle of all that lava, and then it would come to life. The absence of beer cans is distracting. You can.
The absence of beer cans is distracting. Well, that wasn't the reference I was hoping for. Okay, wait. We have one now. It's in the deconstructed stream from looks like January 25th. Let's see. Go here. 21 minutes in, it said we'll go to 1944 and get there from there.
The across-time flow of guidance within consciousness that I call intuition. The lesson for me is to trust intuition. It is a manifestation of the cross-time feedback loops that our paper explains.
So that's why is it the self-simulation hypothesis and quantum gravity research? So these are, but I don't know. It's they're trying to get to religion that way, and I don't want to play enough of it to show you, but the link will be in there. And Chad, he's PKD, man. It's got to be PKD. Paul Mitchell says, play some music. Okay. Paul Mitchell says, Grim, would you go to Sacramento for the next PVK Peugeot Vervegi meeting? I've heard it's going to be May, and it would be awesome to meet you. I have a pilgrimage to do. I don't know when it's going to happen, but there's a place on this planet I have to go to that I can't tell anybody about. And I don't know, maybe it's just personal mythology, but keep it secret, keep it safe. However, on the way, the first, well, not necessarily the first stop, but like the major destination is Living Stones, where I can get baptized, because why not? And then Crater Lake. But so if it works turns out I can't. I can't because the Pentecostals already dipped me. But that was like one of the original references to the pilgrimage, and the I have to go to a place that's not Crater Lake, but Crater Lake is close enough on the way where I can make it. That's the part I can tell you guys, and then from there it's the part, But there's this rock in the middle of Crater Lake called Wizard Rock that I need to be in the presence of for personal legend reasons or something. Here's something everybody should see, as far as I can tell.
In the West. The civilizing of the Wild West can be typified in this iconic 1872 painting by John Gast, titled American Progress. It depicts the goddess Columbia, adorned with the Star of Empire on her forehead, carrying the line of the telegraph and leading settlers westward by trains and in covered wagons, driving the Indians at Buffalo out of the picture. As manifest destiny, a concept embodying the 19th century American drive to remake the Wild West in the image of the American East, takes hold. Back in 1963, historian Frederick Merck wrote that manifest destiny was born out of a sense of mission to redeem the old world by high example, generated by the potentialities of a new earth for building a new heaven. How many people ever notice the goddess is carrying a school book under her right arm? Quite a fancy way of dressing up imperialism. An imperialism that never stopped once America's borders were officially mapped. And yet, even still, the early beginnings of this now centuries-old history hardly ever gets seen for what it really was, what it really is, as a narrow slice of a very one-sided history continues to get plastered over the truth. Notice the goddess is carrying a school book under her right arm. By example, generated by the potentialities of a new earth for building a new heaven. How many people ever notice the goddess is carrying a school book under her right arm?
To the teachers themselves, and there was communication going on, right? And so once this federal agency thing came in, it all went to the federal. And I could tell lots of stories about that, which I won't because it would take up all day.
But they're mostly horror stories, right?
Horror stories, mostly horror stories. And so I saw the beginnings of what was happening in the schools. And the only thing I could think of to do at the time was I did a speaking tour of the state, and I went to every small community I could find, and I talked to parents, and I said, this is what's coming down the pike, and this is why it's not good. And I recommend that you either homeschool your children or you start private schools as soon as possible.
But those turned into charter schools, which are part of the whole health initiative, which is making Walmart abortions, which makes me sound like a crazy person, but really it's the facts are all there. See, what happens is the people sound crazy because they put all of the pieces together from like wherever sources they have, and they come up with the thing that's, this is what it is. You're not going to believe it, but once you see it, you... Anyway, we have some questions. We have some questions. Are you going to that place that has no electronic frequencies, Greenbank, West Virginia, because of the what is it, the satellite, not observatory, whatever? No, they don't really enforce the no frequency thing with the violence or whatever, with the oomph necessary. And as I understand it, it's a compromised zone. But there might be places high enough in the mountains that are livable that you could just like saw down one or two. There are a lot of mosquitoes in Crater Lake, so don't forget the bug spray, says Lynn. If it involves a blood sacrifice, then
Don't worry, Mom. I know all about cannibalism. I saw it on TV.
See? It's okay. You saw it on the television.
Well, I think that's enough of me having episodes for this morning. There's 7 lions. We have to figure out but we'll just make it next week's project, right? We'll do the lion, each lion that needs to be eaten, and the opposing process, and we'll do all that next week in the defense against the dark arts. Stay now that there are a significant swath of memberships. I will probably make some more special member content, because what it said at the front of the video. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.